हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गाये नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयम् नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादः शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरं भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 नमः। पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। We'll begin with the Shanti mantra. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. We shall chant the mantras of the first Anuvaka. Om Brahmavida apnoti param tadesha vyukta satyam jnanamanantam brahma yo veda nihitam guhayam parame vyoman सोष्णुते सर्वान् कामान् सह ब्रह्मणा विपश्चितेति तस्माद् वा एतस्माद् आत्मन आकाशः सम्भूतः आकाशाद् वायुः वायुरग्निः अग्नेरापः अभ्य पृथिवी पृथिव्या ओषधयः ओषधिभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः स वा एष पुरुषोन्नरसमयः तस्येदमेव शिरः अयं दक्षिणपक्षः अयमुत्तरपक्षः अयमात्मा इदं पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति. Brahmananda Valli of Taittiriya Upanishad begins with this Sutra mantra, Brahma Vidapnoti Param, knower of Brahma attains the Supreme. And then the Lakshanas of the Brahma is indicated as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. One who realizes this Brahma in the cave of his own heart, in the space within, attains the fulfillment of all desires at the same time, being that all-knowing Brahma. From this Brahma alone, which is Atma, Akash was born, from Akash Vayu, from Vayu Agni, from Agni Apaha, it is water, and from water Prithvi. Thereafter, through Trivritkaranam, the Devta Sharir, the Vanaspati Sharir, and the Sharir of all other beings were born, including human being. So Prithivya Oshadayaha Oshadibhyo Annam Annat Purushaha. So from Anna, which is derived from all the Vanaspatis, the human body is born, and this human body is made up of food and the essence of food. So here the human body, physical body, is indicated as the Annamaya kosha, which is depicted as having form. Like our body has got a form. So we have the head, the arms, the middle portion of the body, and the legs. So in the same way, the inner koshas are also imagined as having this form. So through this panchakosha, the innermost self, which is Brahma, is indicated through a process of Shakha Chandranyaya. So this Annamaya Kosh is made up of Anna, made up of food, and it has these limbs, the head, the two arms are like the right side and the left side, or the right wing and the left wing, the middle portion, and the feet are like the pratishtha, the support. So here, when we stand, we are supported by our feet. So in this way, this Annamaya Kosh is there. And when we identify with this Annamaya Kosh as our own body, as myself, when I say that I am this body, when I consider this body as myself, then that Annamaya Kosh becomes like a Annamaya Atma. So falsely, we consider this Annamaya Kosh as myself. Then it is indicated as Annamaya Atma. Atma is the very core, the very self. So we consider ourselves as this body. But there is another Atma, which is the Atma of this body. This body by itself doesn't function. There is something within this body which makes it function. Just as a dead body is there, it doesn't function. It has got head, it has got all the limbs intact, but it doesn't move, doesn't talk, doesn't think. So there must be some other factor which is within this body, which is making the body function. So that is the Pranamaya kosha. And then within that Pranamaya kosha, also there is this Manomaya kosha. In this way, the inner koshas are indicated. Shankaracharya ji, he writes, ki etat prakrityottaresham pranamayadinam rupakatva siddhihi. Mosha nishikta dhrutat tamra pratimavata. Just like we have a mold and we put some copper and all and then prepare the doll. Similarly, this body is like a mold. Inside is like Pranamaya kosha, exactly having the same features, same limbs. Then inside there is another mold, which is Manomaya kosha. In this way, the Pancha koshas are indicated. So before the Shruti indicates the Pranamaya kosha, it now reveals the glory of this Anna, glory of food. From food only our Annamaya kosha is born. So what is the glory of this food? That is now indicated in the next Anuvaka. So Anuvak number 2. So let us chant. Annadvai praja prajayante याकाश्च पृथिवीं श्रिताः अतो अन्नेनैव जीवन्ते अथैनदपि अन्त्यं ततः अन्नगं हि भूतानां ज्येष्ठं तस्मात् सर्वौषधमुच्यते सर्वं वै तेन्नमाप्नुवन्ति येन्नं ब्रह्मोपासते अन्नगं हि भूतानां ज्येष्ठं तस्मात् सर्वौषधमुच्यते अन्नात् भूतानि जायन्ते जातामन्नेन वर्धन्ते अद्यतेत्ति च भूतानि तस्मादन्नं तदुच्यते इति तस्माद्वा एतस्मादन्नरसमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मा प्राणमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्राण एव शिरः व्यानो दक्षिणपक्षः अपानो उत्तरपक्षः आकाश आत्मा पृथ्वी पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति. So the Shruti says कि अन्नाद वै प्रजा प्रजायन्ते. All beings are born from anna, from food. What beings? Ya kascha prithivim shritaha. All the beings uh, which are here on this prithvi, on this earth, taking support of the earth, all the beings who take support of the earth and are born here, they are born from food. Annadvai praja prajayante. See, we have the plants are there, and from the plants only all the foods are derived, and all other creatures they survive on this food. They are born from food. Ato annena eva jivanti. Not only born from food, they live, they survive by food. So animals are there, birds are there, human beings, fish, all these different creatures, they are born from food only. And they survive eating the food. And finally, atha et enat api ankyantataha. And finally, they merge back into the food. Our own body is born from the food which our parents have eaten, and the essence of the food was to become the seed, the, the, the semen, and the egg, and from that this body is born. And when it is in mother's womb, it gets nourished by the food which is eaten by the mother, and then after birth also continuously we eat food to nourish this body, and finally after death this body again merges back into this earth, whether we cremate the body or bury the body or put it into the waters, it finally merges back into this earth from where again it is born as food. So atha enat api yantyam tataha annagam hi bhutanam jeshtam. Therefore, anna, food alone is superior to all of us. Anna is jeshtam. It is born first. Tasmat sarvaushadamuchyate. Therefore, Anna is also indicated as Sarva Aushadham. It is the medicine for all. See, our body is made up of food, and whatever we eat nourishes the body. Whatever we eat protects the body. Even if there is some disease, some problem with the body, it is also corrected by food only. Whatever problem we have, diseases we eat different type of food, which are then called medicines. But medicine are nothing but food only, which are eaten to to set us to make us all right. So food is also the aushadha sarvaushadam uchyate, is the aushadha for all beings. Even animals and all, they have their regular food. Sometimes they fall sick, then they eat something different which helps them. If there is some stomach upset and all, they start eating something which they know which will help cure their ailment. So food itself is the medicine. And that is, see, we have different systems of medicine. We have the allopathy, we have the homeopathy, we have the naturopathy. If nothing works, then we have Tirupathy. So various these pathies are there, and they have their own philosophy of dealing with our the disease. How the that particular system looks at this body. Allopathy has got its own way of looking at this body, looks at the various parts and how they function, and accordingly the medicine, the cure is what called the treatment is done. Homeopathy also looks at the whole system differently. Naturopathy looks at it differently. And according to their own philosophy, they give the treatment. So whatever be the treatment, it's all depends on the food. So all medicines are nothing but derived from this earth only. So it is some a form of food, whether they are chemicals, whether they are derived from plants or derived from some animals. They are all food. So food itself is the medicine. So tasmat sarvaushadamuchyate. Sarvam vai tennam apnuvanti ennam brahmopasate. Therefore, here the teacher, the Shruti says that one who does upasana of this food. So this is a sadhana which is revealed here. You do upasana of this food and how it is done. That you consider this food itself as Brahma. Hmm. So sarvam vai te annam apnuvanti e annam brahma upasate. So one who does the upasana of this food as Brahma, they attain all food. They get all food. They don't go hungry. They get food. When we respect, when we revere, and when we look at food as divine, then we get the blessings of the food. And what is this upasana? Shankaracharya writes कि अन्नजः अन्नात्म अन्नात् अन्न आत्मा अन्न प्रलयः अहम तस्माद् अन्नं ब्रह्मेति. So one has to look at food and understand that I am born from food, I am sustained by food, and I will merge back into food. Therefore, anna, food, is Brahma. See, the Lakshana of Brahma is that from where everything is born, everything is sustained, and everything merges back into that Brahma. And all these Lakshanas we see in food. So when we consider ourselves as this Annamaya kosha, this body, this body is born from food, it is sustained by food and again merges back into food. When the food is in front of us, we look at it, we understand it, but when we eat it, it becomes one with our body. So what we consider as the different items which is kept in front of us to be eaten, those items become my own self. Let us say a laddu is there. I say this is a laddu, nice. But when I eat it, the essence of that laddu becomes one with my body. And when I look at my body, I don't say that I am this laddu. I say I am this person. So that food has become myself. And when the time comes, this body gets dropped and it merges back into this earth. So one has to do this upasana. Look at food with the attitude that it is Sakshat Brahma. We also chant some mantras to bring that attitude in our antakarana. With Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmevatena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. That everything is Brahma. Food is Brahma, the one who is eating this food is Brahma, the instrument through which we eat is Brahma, what we gain through this is Brahma. So that is the upasana which is mentioned here. अन्नगम हि भूतानां ज्येष्ठम तस्मात् सर्वौषधमुच्यते. So food is jeshtham, it is superior to all the beings, and therefore it is called the aushadhi, the medicine for all. Also, annat bhutani jayante, jatan annena vardhante, adyate tika bhutani. All beings are born from food and they survive by eating this food. And very interesting, the meaning of this food is given here, anna. In Sanskrit, food is called anna. And why it is called anna? The scripture says, कि अद्यते च भूतानि. Adyate atti cha bhutani. Beings not only eat this food, but the food also eats them. So at, it has come from this dhatu at. So adyate atti cha. So it is that which is eaten and that which eats. Therefore it is called anna. So now when we are alive, we eat the food. But once we are dead, this body becomes food for other creatures. So this is how the process goes on and on. What we eat as food today was the body of some other being yesterday. And the one who is eating the food will become the food for other creatures tomorrow. Like the beautiful bhajan is there of Kabir Das ji. कि माटी कहे कुम्हार को तू क्या रोंधे मोहे, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मैं रोंधूंगी तुझे. The clay is telling the potter that you are now kneading me and converting me into this pot. You are the pot maker and I am the clay. But there will come a time, a day in future when I will become a pot maker and you will become the clay. So just bring this attitude in the mind. Consider the whole this world and this earth is the very source of this food from where we are born, means this body is born, is sustained, and again it merges back into that earth. So when we do this upasana and consider the food as Sakshat Brahma, then we never go hungry. We get a lot of food to eat. So अन्नात् भूतानि जायन्ते जातान् अन्नेन वर्धन्ते अद्यतेति च भूतानि तस्मात् अन्नं तदुच्यते इति. Therefore it is called food, anna. So this is the upasana which the Shastra also mentioned here. Then after indicating this annamaya kosha and also conveying the glory of this anna and also it talks about the upasana. Now the Shastra indicates the other kosha which is within this annamaya kosha. And what is that? It says, Tasmadva etasmad anna rasamayat anyuntara atma pranamaya. Other than this anna rasamaya kosha, this kosha which is made up of the essence of food, there is another atma. This kosha, because of our ignorance, we consider it as atma. But there is another atma because of which this annamaya kosha functions. It might appear that the body functions by itself, but no, there is another body which is within this body, which is making this body function, which is the atma of this physical body. So the teacher says, there is this another kosha. Tasmat etasmat annarasamayat anyantar atma pranamaya. There is another atma which is called pranamaya. It is called atma by mistake. Shankaracharya writes कि तस्मात् एतस्मात् अथः उक्तात् अन्नरसमयात् पिंडात् अन्यो व्यतिरिक्तः अन्तरोऽभ्यन्तरः आत्मा पिंडवत् एव मिथ्या परिकल्पित आत्मत्वेन प्राणमयः प्राणो वायुः तन्मयः तत्प्रायः. That other than this inside this annamaya kosh, there is this another pranamaya kosh, or it is indicated here as pranamaya atma. Why it is called atma? Because of ignorance we identify with it, consider it as I. Therefore it is called pranamaya atma. So pindavat eva mithya parikalpita atmatvena. So due to ignorance, we falsely consider it as atma. So that is the Pranamaya kosha. See, this Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, etc. are fact. They are there. They are part of this world. They are made from the same material as this world. But to consider these koshas as atma is wrong, is false, is due to false understanding. So inside this Annamaya kosh is the Pranamaya kosh, which makes this Annamaya kosh function. And Tenaisha Purnaha, by that Pranamaya kosh, this Annamaya kosh is filled. Just like a pot is there, you fill it with water, or a mold is there, and you fill it with another material. Similarly, this physical body is there, which is filled by this pranamaya kosha. With each and every portion of this physical body is filled with pranamaya kosha. So tenaisha purnaha sava esha purusha vidhaha eva. And this pranamaya kosha is also of the shape of this purusha. So it is indicated as having the same shape. We have our shape as a human body, human being. So the pranamaya kosha is also to be imagined as having the same form. See, in an animal body, the pranamaya kosha will be of the shape of that animal body. In a dog or an elephant, also there is pranamaya kosha, which will be of the shape of that dog or that elephant. But in human body, the pranamaya kosha is of the form of this human body itself, which fills this human body and which has got its own glow, its own power. This pranamaya kosha is very fascinating. So it supplies the energy for this body to function. So what are the limbs of this pranamaya kosha? The teacher says, Tasya Purusha Vidatam Anvayam Purusha Vidaha. So this physical body, Annamaya kosha, which is of the shape of a human body. So that Pranamaya kosha is also of the same form. And of that Pranamaya kosha, Tasya Prana Eva Shiraha. The Prana is the Shira, is the head. So there is this one prana only, which is Bhagwan Shakti, which expresses through a human body in 5 forms as prana, apana, vyan, udan, sama. That one supreme prana alone expresses as pancha pranas in this body. And because of that presence of this prana, this body also becomes alive. The body functions. And also certain power comes into this body of reproduction, etc. Otherwise, the prana is there in everywhere. It is all pervading. It is present in a stone also. But the stone doesn't reproduce. But in human body, the pranas are expressing as prana, pan, vyan, udan, sama. So what are the limbs? What is the head? What is the right arm, the left arm, the middle portion, and the support that is indicated? सवा एष पुरुषविदः तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्राण एव शिरः. प्राण is the शिरः. प्राण, the मुख्य प्राण is the शिरः. And what is this prana? Pranamaya vayuhu vikarasya prana mukha nasika nissaranaha vritti visheshaha shira eva parikalpite vachanat. The pranas which we breathe out, their ability to breathe out, the function of breathing out, that is the prana, and that is indicated here. So through our mouth, through our nose, we breathe out. That is the prana. And prana is indicated here as the shira, as the head. It functions at the upper portion of our body also. And it is main, so it is indicated as the head. The Shastra indicates it as the head. So tasya prana eva shiraha vyanaha dakshina pakshaha. Then there is this prana which circulates in the whole body. In our whole body, the pranas circulate. And that is the vyana. And that vyana is indicated here as dakshina paksha, as the right wing or right side or right arm. Vyana is the right arm. Apana uttara pakshaha. Apana, the lower end of a body, the pranas are thrown out. The air which is thrown out, that power with which one throws out things from of the body, that is the apana vayu. That apana vayu is indicated here as the left side. Apana uttara pakshaha, as the left side. And what is the middle portion? Now here very interesting, the Shruti says Akasha Atma. Akasha Atma. Space is the Atma. Space is the middle portion. Space means the Vayu which is present in space. Akashastaha vritti visheshaha samanakyaha sa Atma eva Atma prana vrityadhikara. In the Akash, there is this Vayu which is the Saman Vayu. So Saman Vayu is indicated as the Atma, the middle portion of this form which is indicated here. So the head, the right arm is the Vyana, the left arm is the Apana, the middle portion is Samana, which is Akash, which is present in Akash also, in space. And what is the pratishtha, what is the support of this prana? Prithvi Ucham pratishtha. The earth is the support of prana. Prithvi iti Prithvi Devata. Adhyatmikasya pranasya dharayitri sthiti hetutva. So the Prithvi, the earth, is the pratishtha, is the support of this pranamaya kosha. See, this we have to understand properly. Because these pancha koshas are, though we are identified with this pancha koshas, we are identified with pranamaya kosha. It is part of this cosmic prana only. Also, the prana which is functioning in this body is supported by our Prithvi, by the earth on which we are living. So that pull which is there, the gravitational pull which is there on earth, it makes it possible for the functioning of these pancha pranas properly in this body. So nowadays, due to all these new inventions and all which human beings have made, we are traveling outside this earth also in space. So there is this international space station which is I think about 300 kilometers above this earth, constantly rotating around this, revolving around this earth. And there are scientists who stay there. So when you stay on far away from earth, then the gravitational pull also is less and almost zero like. So you don't know which is up, which is down, which is side, which is. So it becomes very difficult to live, to survive in space. All the function of a body goes little haywire. Even breathing or doing the natural function of the body, urinating and excreting, and other function of the body becomes difficult in space because the support which is given by earth is missing. Though they use different technique of overcoming this problem, but still there is this problem. And when such astronauts they come back to earth, then one can see the difference. One can see the effect of staying in space on their body. So here Shankaracharya ji, in his Bhashya, he writes about it. He says, कि अन्यथो उदान वृत्त्योर ध्वगमनम गुरुत्वाच्च पतनम वा स्यात् शरीरस्य. So this pratishtha, which is that support which is given by this Prithvi, which is that Udan Vayu, that Udan Vayu helps us to remain stable on this earth. If that stability was not there, which is given to us by the earth, by the Gurutva of this earth, the gravitational pull of this earth, it gives stability to this body. Shankaracharya says that if that stability was not there, then we would have, that Udan Vayu would have taken us away from this earth. We would have just fallen out of this earth, or would have got pulled by the earth and got destroyed. This force is there because this earth is keeping us, holding us to itself. We don't fly away from earth. And it is properly balanced, so we don't get totally sucked by earth. Too much of gravity and we will get sucked by the earth. See, our earth has got its own gravitational pull. if we were to go to a planet which is much, much larger than the Earth, we will not be able to, even if there is oxygen and all, we will not be able to survive there because the Earth, that planet will pull us. We will feel stuck to that planet. We won't be able to move ahead. And if that pull is less, then we will just fly away from that planet. Like on moon, etc., the gravitational pull is less. So if we just leap little bit on the moon, we will appear as though we are flying on the moon. So that thing Bhagwan mentions here, this Prithvi is the Pratishtha, the support of this Pranamaya kosha. So we have to imagine like that. That Prana is the head, Jnana is the right arm, then Apana is the left arm, then Samana, which is present in space, is the Atma, the middle portion, and Udana, which is present in this Prithvi, which gives support to this prana, to this pancha pranas. So this is the Pranamaya kosha, which makes the Annamaya kosha function. Because of the Pranamaya kosha only, the Annamaya kosha functions. About this Pranamaya kosha, the glory of this Pranamaya kosha is now indicated in the third Anuvaka. So this is how the Upanishad teaches this koshas. First it describes the kosha, then it tells about the mahima, the glory of this kosha, and then again it goes to the next kosha. So after describing this Pranamaya kosha, the mantra is giving the glory of this Pranamaya kosha in the next Anuvaka. So let us chant the third Anuvaka. Pranam Deva Anuprananti. Pranam Deva Anuprananti Manusya Pashavaschaye Prano hi bhutanam ayuhu Tasma sarvayushamuchyate Sarvamevata ayuryanti Ye pranam brahmopasate Prano hi bhutanam ayuhu Tasma sarvayushamuchyate iti तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यपूर्वस्य तस्माद् वा एतस्मात् प्राणमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मा मनोमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य यजुरेव शिरः दक्षिण पक्षः सामोत्तरपक्षः आदेश आत्मा अथर्वांगिरसः पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति. The glory of prana is revealed here. कि pranam deva anuprananti. So all the devtas also following this prana, they do the pranan kriya, they breathe. Following the pranas, all the devtas also breathe. Not only the devtas, but manusya pashavaschaye, human beings and even animals. So pranas, they keep the physical body alive. Constant breathing keeps the body nourished and active. So not only the human beings and animals, they survive on prana, but even the devtas who are subtle, the devtas are subtle, they also breathe pranas. See this Prithvi Devi, this Prithvi on which we are living, this Prithvi is a devata, the Surya Bhagwan is a devata, Chandrama is a devata. So Prithvi Devi also breathes. She also survives on prana. Prana keeps the Prithvi also alive. So pranam devanu prananti manusya pashavaschaye. Prano hi bhutanam ayuhu. So prana is the ayu, the life of all the beings. Of all the beings, prana is the life. As long as the prana is there, the body is alive. Once the prana leaves, we don't survive. It's like the power. Just like in our mobile also we have the battery. Similarly, this prana is like the battery. It keeps this body alive. It keeps the body functioning. So manusya pashav prano hi bhutanam ayuhu tasmat sarvayushamuchyate. Therefore, it is indicated as sarvayusha, the ayu of all beings, the life of all beings. Sarvayushamuchyate. Sarvamevata ayuryanti ye pranam brahmopasate. Again, the upasana of this prana is indicated here. One who meditates on this prana, one who focuses their attention on this prana, prana, apan, vyan, udan, saman, and understand the identity of this prana and the existence of the prana not only in this body but in the whole cosmos. The Prithvi itself is the support of this prana. The samana, which is present in the akash, is the atma. The vyana is the right arm. Apana is the left arm. Prana is the shira. So one just focuses one's attention on this prana and meditates on this prana as Brahma, giving that reverence and respect to this prana. Then what will happen to such upasak? Tasmat sarvam evata ayuryanti ye pranam brahmopasate. They attain full lifespan. We have, all of us, we have a lifespan. Human beings, they have their own lifespan. Animals, they have their own lifespan. The complete full life of a dog or a cat or a horse, elephant, human beings, they're different. But sometimes we die before our lifespan is over. Sometimes we have alpa ayu. Some people have dirgha ayu, complete lifespan. So when we honor, when we respect, when we revere this prana, then, and revere it as Brahma, then we can live a complete life. we get the blessings of this prana, then we don't die early. We get a full life. Tasmat, what you call sarvam evata ayuryanti ye pranam brahma upasati. Prano hi bhutanam ayuhu tasmat sarvayushamuchyate. Prana is the ayu of all beings, therefore it is called sarvayusha. So these are the koshas which are indicated here. Annamay kosh, pranamay kosh. Then the teacher will explain manomay kosh, that we will see in our class on Wednesday. Till then, you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana, and you subscribe to my channel, YouTube channel, and share it with your friends, your relatives, and we shall meet again soon. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Boliye Siya Ramchandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.